You're right there, guys. Ian Brady from BRY Fitness here, and this is day 7 of my challenge now. To be honest, I've just finished the final costings and I am slightly over. And I'll kind of tell you why. And well, I'll say I'm slightly over by the figures, but for what food I actually got out of it, I don't think I am, because the food that was created was such in bulk that it gave me 4 to 6 meals depending on the size of portions. I think it was worth it in the sense of it was interesting to see if I could do this for £25. Now, my meal plan, I haven't really been keeping to it as such. Quite bad for that in sense. Not that I have been eating unhealthy or anything, it's just that I go, maybe it was salmon down on the menu and I'm just like, nah, I don't fancy salmon, so I had egg whites instead. Stuff like that. So I have changed it up a bit. I'm on an hour, and if I've got anything to use up, I use up. I think I've eaten alright. There's a few times where my portion size could be smaller. And I think that's one of the key things to look for when you're losing weight or when you're trying to cut, is keep your portion size consistent. Like you think if you weigh out your food, you'll be surprised how much or how little like 100 grams is or 200 grams, especially of a main meal. I had spaghetti bolognese with normal pasta as a treat yesterday, as such, I call it a treat. But 200 grams of pasta was like 300 odd calories or something like that, and whatever macros. But it was a very small portion. It was not a normal portion I would have. If I wasn't measuring it out, I would probably have about 300-400 grams of pasta and about 100 or 200 grams of mince. So it's amazing how little how small you think something is until you actually measure it, and then you're like, okay, that's not what I thought. I've started using MyFitnessPal as well to keep my macros and stuff in check, kind of thing, just to keep my little what I eat there and then, try and keep it on track as such. As you know, I'm trying to lose fat again. I'm going to continue this on until I want to get down to at least 8 to 10% fat, maybe even lower, and then get some muscle. Obviously, you know I ain't got a lot of money at this moment in time, so I'm trying. My home workouts, they didn't go as well. I think I did one on Monday, and then one on Tuesday, and then I just lost all kind of motivation. So I have been going for a good long 45-minute brisk walk with my dog, which is burning calories, but you don't see it as exercise. So that's another little tip for you guys. Find something that you enjoy and you don't see it as exercise, i.e. dog walking, hill walking, even the likes of camping. If you have a heavy rucksack and you walk 10 miles in a day, you see, you've got this heavy weight on you, you're walking at quite a fair quick pace, you've walked 10 miles in one day, yeah, or say even 5 miles in one day, and then you camp for the night. You've got, you're exercising even though you don't realize it. And since you're exercising over a long period of time, it's called long slow duration basically, you're still burning calories and you're still getting your heart rate up, especially when you add weight. So I'm going to show you the final spreadsheet. It cost me more than £25 overall, but for what I got out of it, I've done it per meal. It still cost me a little bit over as well. What I'm quite annoyed at, because it is a minuscule amount over. My costings are rough. As I said, there was a couple of times where I didn't have the salmon and I could cut it down.
You got a dream, you got to protect it. People can't do something themselves and they want to tell you you can't do it. You want something, go get it. Period.
Don't be afraid to fail. You can't always win, but don't be afraid of making decisions.
You have to believe that something different can happen. He who says he can
and he who says he can't are both usually right.
That most of you say you want to be successful, but you don't want it bad. You just kind of want it. You don't want it badder than you want to party. You don't want it as much as you want to be cool. Most of you don't want success as much as you want to sleep.
Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us.
Dig deep down, ask yourselves, who do you want to be? Figuring out for yourselves what makes you happy, no matter how crazy it may sound to the people.
Make a choice.
Okay, as you can see, that's my food items all down there. My totals, normal costs. I do apologize that I have to do it this way, but that's what I have to do. So my total food cost was roughly around £42, give or take. If I would have bought this all at a normal price, it would cost me £42. Okay, so as you can see, this are my costs. If I bought everything at normal cost, it would cost me roughly around £43, maybe even a bit more. There might be stuff that I missed, stuff that I didn't put on there that I did use or something like that. But what I did use was a roughly here quantity for the week used. I had 30 grams of porridge with 10 grams of honey each day for 7 days. So that's how you get that numbers. I used a fair bit of soya milk. But as you can see, the most expensive item there was the salmon at £10. As I said, I didn't use all of it, so technically I could bring that down. But I did use more like in the likes of eggs, so I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to do this as an average. We'll take it as an average. And that's technically my cost for the 7 days, £27.60. What's slightly annoying. But as I said, it's £2.60 over. So technically, no, you can't feed yourself for £25. Well, no, let me change that. You can feed yourself for £25 a week, but you have to eat a lot more veggie options in the sense that you can't have your meat. You can't get your protein from your meat or expensive cuts of meat. Even trying to look for beef, like beef roasting joints and stuff like that, beef silverside joints, you could get a 2.2 kilo beef joint for about anywhere from 10 to 12 pound. That's a fair bit of beef, yeah, and it will give you your macros. And as I said, you can get about, depending if you have 200 grams, you can get 11 meals out of that. Like, yeah, you can get 11 meals. That's what I did with mine. I had the likes of leftover stir fry. I had that for lunch the next day. I went shopping at the right times. I know we've got a local Tesco's, what's like 2 minutes away. I know roughly when they start reducing stuff, so I just go and pop in, see if I can find any decent reduced stuff. Some good sliced chicken reduced stuff. I've noticed this week I've not been hitting my protein very well, but my carbs and sometimes my fat is through the roof. Obviously, eating stuff like salmon, turkey, your fat will be quite high. Aye, that's better. Your salmon and your turkey and stuff like that will always be naturally high in protein but high in fat as well, unless you're having protein powder or you're getting your protein from other sources like your nuts and stuff like that. That would still be high in fats, but they're good fats. So you've got to kind of get the right balance, weigh what you want for what you want kind of thing. So I've been playing around with my calorie intake and my macros and stuff like that, and getting different information, see what's working the best. At this moment in time, I think I've got a nice balance. I haven't weighed myself today. I'm going to do that tomorrow. Just to get because I didn't weigh myself on Tuesday, so it's only been like 5 days really. But if I haven't lost any weight tomorrow, I have been eating a bit healthier today. Well, not healthier, but a bit much today, quite big portions. But if I haven't lost any weight tomorrow, then I'm going to have to put my carbs down, put my fats up in the sense of good fats, and keep my protein. I think my protein's spot on. It's about 1 gram per pound of body fat, what is recommended. I think maybe even mine's a little bit more. I think I'm like 160 odd pounds and I've got 170 grams of protein coming in roughly. That's what I should hit roughly. So it's like 1 to 1.2. What's perfectly fine for my body weight and stuff like that. What's annoying me at this moment, as I said, I ain't got a job or anything like that. I'm desperately looking. I can't get into the gym and I'm missing my weights. I'm free cardio, like dog walking and stuff like that. Great fun. I love walking. I love the tranquilness of it. Next time I go out, I'll get some footage on my GoPro, and you see what I mean. I'll put like a 10-minute video or some sort, and you see what I mean by how quiet it is, and it's just amazing. And I just let my dog go and she runs off, kind of thing, but she stays inside. But yeah, so it does show you can get fit. Yeah, hopefully the numbers show as well, but you can eat healthy and you can get fitter on a tight budget of £27.60, give or take. But that's starting from scratch, don't forget. So my tips are, if you are going to try something like that and you have got a budget, my tips are, try and eat as much veggie option as possible. I need to get more veg in my diet, so vegetables, just eat a lot of vegetables and fill up on vegetables. Calculate your macros. Make sure your macros are in check and you are hitting them, and they're all correct and stuff like that. Do your research. What does what gets what. Measure your food. You might seem a bit stupid when you first do it, but measure out your food. Always prep. I have noticed my time, obviously I've got time on my hands so I can prep it like fresh from thingy, but I did do prep before, so try and prep the night before. Maybe if you've got time to cook, prep up your stuff and then all you've got to do is cook it. Perfect. And find free alternative cardio, or find cheaper alternative cardio / weights. Anything weighted could be getting as I said, a bag, a camping bag, yeah, chucking tins in it, or chucking kilogram, I don't know, whatever you have, or something heavy in it, or concrete blocks if you got concrete blocks, chucking concrete blocks in it, and going for a good hike, going up for a hill walk. That's gonna put a lot of pressure on your lower back and all your muscles, and it's just gonna work you that extra harder, and it's not gonna cost you anything. So yeah, so thank you very much for watching. The challenge, I'm gonna say, is possible, but / impossible. Well, possible. It's complete / incomplete. I don't know how to put it. I'm gonna say complete, just because I think what I got out of it meal wise, I've got unbelievable. I've got meals for next week basically all done, so I don't have to buy anything, so my next week costs are going to be minimal. But yeah, so that shows you that I've done 2 weeks, technically 2 weeks prep in one week on a budget of £27.60. So I'm going to say this is a success. If you want to try and beat it, or if you want me to try and do another one for lower, I'll see if I can get some. As I said, more veggie options you do, the less you probably eat as well. But before this video gets too long and you get bored of speaking to me, I have been Ian Brady from BRY Fitness. Don't forget to follow me on Google+, Facebook, I've got an Instagram now, and I've got Pinterest, and I've got a blog. All of the links will be in the description below, so if you've enjoyed my videos, chuck it down there. If you want to go and read something about my thoughts on my blog, please go and support me that way. But no, thank you very much. I've been Ian Brady from BRY Fitness. Don't forget, a smart approach to fitness keeps you healthy. I will see you again next time. Thank you very much. Peace out, guys. See you later. Bye.